I'm Joy Behar, her real name. Why do I bother having her on? Hey, MCAT, do you think these
sort of end up making them...
What would you know about conservative women?
You know, Crowder, I ridicule you.
Also your hamster, but he's very tight-lipped when you question him.
I haven't hung out with her, have you? Well, there's a smear right next to you, and his name is Bill.
What? Bill. Because all of your houseboys sleep on the floor. Not one boycott to be had.
I don't want to go away on the weekends. Crowder, why can't they get along? We're all going to be there. Maybe not you, Crowder, because you got that huge thing on your head you call hair.
This is an army that, you know, got together online. Were they not going to stumble upon this? I think he just needs to start watching his work to reevaluate where he says these things and how he says them.
There's a little Dixie Chicks doing it in London.
Please tell me that he has wacky sound effects.
I hope they bring new. Cat calls are disgusting, but is it the government role to stop it?
Look, I think that people literally wake up every morning.
And I can't emphasize that enough.
Crowder, is it necessary?
Not cool.
No.
Bill, what did the men say to you as you sashay through Chelsea? Bilingually.
That's
like he was going.
You look very sexy, esticolis tabarnak. What did he just say?
Yeah, all right, from lewd calls. And the people that were against it on these blogs, I bet had never worked a day in their life in an overnight shift alone. Recoil.
Look at those guns you've got going on.
Right.
Pow, pow.
Thank you.
I'm really scared of guns, but I have not worked overnight in a 7-Eleven or something to that effect. So I guess I would definitely. I obviously want like an alternative.
5 inches of plexiglass between them and the customers.
That's the vomit guard.
Yeah, well.
They support their families. They're good Americans. They should be the first people in the line to get guns immediately, and also if anybody of them recognize me. So the Council on American Islamic Relations has pooped out a press release linking Juan Williams' recent comments about Muslim garb to a backlash against Muslims. The title of the release is "Look at What We're Up Against," and it claims that Williams' comments may already be having a negative impact on ordinary American Muslims. They then refer to an incident in which, quote, a family wearing Muslim clothing was ejected from a flight in Memphis. Apparently, the family was removed after it was noted that one member had left the toilet askew in the bathroom. Yeah, askew, which I think it means awry or perhaps amiss. I miss all the time. Anyway, the thing is, CARE is now linking Juan and Fox News to an alarming trend in order to raise money. I guess these kinds of incidents never occurred before Juan opened his mouth. But the real weirdness, that CARE is doing exactly what they're accusing Williams of doing. Yep, they talk about Islamophobia when really they are suffering from something similar, what I like to call Juanophobia, a fear of Juan Williams. Check it out. They took one of his innocent, honest comments about feeling uneasy on a plane and linked it to a larger, scarier issue, i.e. a backlash against Islamic folks. They're exaggerating a fear out of something very, very small. But the big difference between that and Islamophobia? Their fear is false, and they're doing it to make a buck. And if you disagree with me, you're a racist, homophobic, wanophobe.
Yeah, I think it's really hard to say that. First of all, I've been a wanophobe for several years.
Yeah.
I actually started the movement. But
he's an awful person, isn't he?
He's fabulous.
Because you're racist.
Yes.
So no, I think this didn't have anything to do with that. The guy who went into the bathroom, I read it actually, he damaged the bathroom. So when there's an issue like that on a plane, obviously the crew has to deal with the safety first, and this is not due to Juan Williams. I
gotta ask you, Bill, how do you leave a toilet askew? You're the expert on askewing toilets.
I hate to snort up all the finely cut, 100% pure outrage we have on the table right now, and it's really good. But this
Where's the outrage? Oh, we're playing to be outraged.
But well, here's all right. Maybe it's not outrage, but lampooning. But this is what nonprofits do. I mean, they find something, they make it bigger so they can get funds. Pat Roberts made a career out of this, and this is what they do. And I mean, there is backlash out there. Is what Juan did backlash? No, but that's how they get money.
It's sales. Like
maybe they'll send Juan flyers.
There's not. You are obscene. Like from a PR and marketing side, I think it's ludicrous in real life.
Yeah. Crowder.
Muslims tend to be more violent than Christians. How that's controversial.
But didn't you love how all the lefties who condemned Gawker also had to make sure they got in there how much they hated Christine O'Donnell?
Well, yeah, that's requisite to the apology. You can't just say that it was bad. You have to hate on Christine.
Literally every single one was like that.
Yeah, it's important for their cred.
Yeah, absolutely. Greg, you asked why the right isn't boycotting Gawker. Michelle Malkin actually provided a handy list of prominent sponsors of Gawker, including Toyota, Heineken Light, Pepsi Max, and Cheetos.
Yeah. Well, there you go. You know what I'm doing?
I ain't giving up my Cheetos, Greg.
You know what I'm going to give up, Andy? I'm going to give up drinking Heineken and eating Cheetos while driving a Toyota.
Okay.
How about that?
What about Pepsi Max?
Oh, I can't give up my Pepsi Max.
Yeah. All right.
What is that?
I don't even know what that is.
Is that some kind of sanitary
Pepsi.
napkin?
No,
maximum.
it's not.
I know when I use Pepsi Max, I run along the beach a lot better.
It's one of those no calories, no sugar, no caffeine, no flavor drinks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Bill, how long ago was your date with Chris Coons?
My date with who?
Chris Coons?
Chris Coons. That's not something that I'd like to discuss, Andy. As I've told you before,
Okay.
It was third base. It was a bar about a block away.
Right.
It was 2 weeks ago, and I'm not going to discuss it.
Okay. All right.
You want his cell phone number?
No, that's good.
All right.
That's good.
I got it.
By the way, here's what Chris Matthews had to say about Sharon Angle on Friday's Hardball. Quote, you know, we've made the mistake in the past. I don't want to compare her to Hitler, but we've made the mistake in the past of not reading and listening to people when they're seeking public power.
Like Hitler.
Yeah. They just can't help themselves.
Yeah.
Rove and Palin. Kinsey, you said that Rove needs to watch his words, brought up the fact that he said the Tea Partiers aren't sophisticated, and you said that, in fact, these are people who got together via the internet. But I think he meant politically sophisticated.
Well, I knew that he meant it that way, but I'm just saying that didn't he think that these people would stumble upon his negative words towards them? That's what I meant, that he needs to find a new arena or a new way to say these things because people are going to stumble upon the negative things that he says.
Okay, gotcha. Crowder, you said conservatives don't need another old, bald, white guy to represent their cause, and that actually may well be true, but do they need Sarah Palin or Christine O'Donnell, both of whom are thought of pretty negatively outside of sort of the conservative echo chamber?
That's a very serious question. I will give you a serious answer. I don't think so. I think you're right. I think we don't necessarily need them representing us. But again, Karl Rove, I think, God bless him. It's time for him to go away.
Oh.
Wow. All right.
That just happened.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I didn't mean it.
It's a comedian.
He's a comedian, remember?
Fox News contributor Steven Crowder says Fox News contributor Karl Rove needs to go away.
I mean on this.
There's your headline,
to
Media
Tea
Matters.
Party.
Yeah, but you don't have to actually send it to Media Matters.
I don't have to. But it's just...
Maybe they won't watch.
The making.
New York City Council considering legislation aimed at stopping catcalls and such. Greg, Stop Street Harassment was not self-published.
No.
It was published by Prager Publications.
Great publications outfit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Third best Prager publicator.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won that award.
Their first book was Stop Yelling at Me, You Creep. And the second one was directed right at me. Stop Yelling at Me, You Creep, Greg Gutfeld. I bought 4 copies.
Yeah.
The next in the Twilight series.
Yes.
Oddly, it sold 6 copies.
I bought them all.
Yeah. Crowder, you asked if these guys really think that whistling at a woman or catcalling will ever work. Yes, we do.
Okay.
Bill, you asked...
With baby blues like that, of course it works for you, Andy. I'm talking about us mere regular
Oh,
humans.
okay. Probably not for you.
No.
Bill, you asked if people have ever responded to one of these guys by saying something like, ooh, I think my can looks good too. Hello, sailor. Yes, we have.
You are a magical, just wonderful little imp.
Well, thank you.
And also a pig.
Wow.
Wow.
When does Andy find time to work construction?
Yes.
Well, he does it on a stage. Or a costume.
I was going to say, dressing up like a construction worker isn't work.
Yeah, that's true.
Every day is Halloween for me. Greg, if they establish no harassment zones around schools, what will you do on the weekends?
Oh, my goodness. You know what? I'll do more of my charity work, Andy.
Really?
Yes. You know I do a lot of charity work.
Is that the work you do in the parks?
We have to say it's charity work. You understand that? Yes, and it's in a park.
I'm with you.
All right.
Yeah. Bodega owners want to be armed. Kinsey, you can't be a conservative and be afraid of guns.
I love you, Andy Levy.
Oh, shot to the heart.
Yeah.
And you're to blame.
Crowder, was the Nicolas Cage movie to which you were referring Lord of War?
Yes, Lord of War.
That a guy in Muslim garb breaking something in an airplane bathroom isn't Juan Williams' fault?
No.
What kind of monster
Not this
are
time.
you? What
Not
kind of
this
monster are you? God. All right, apparently I have to go.
Do you?
That's what I'm told.
All right. Well, then you must go.
Yes.
Why should I keep you here?
You shouldn't.
You make me sick.
Guys.
All right.
You need to simmer down.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. You know, Crowder,
Pro-porn crowd, these porn stars live
That way.
that way.
Because they don't have opposable thumbs to lift up the casket.
Yeah.
But animals eat humans if they're very hungry. Most commonly in this country, it's domestic pets, dogs and cats, who are locked in when their owner dies.
Yeah.
and they'll eat the owner down to the bone if there's no food.
They call this the Andy.
So you're saying it's almost better that the cats eat them?
Yeah,
really?
Exactly,
yeah, that's the best case scenario.
Actually, when you think about it, and Andy's dead.
Yeah.
Awful.
Oh, stop
Awful.
it.
Awfully true.
Can anything be done? Usually bears, most of what bears eat is are vegetable stuffs.
Yeah.
Only about 10% of what they usually...
my buddy Joe, he's a bear. He just eats ribs. Yeah.
The release mechanism of the device doesn't work.
Yeah.
And they'll have literature and books about the S&M. But in this situation, if the story says it was locked from the outside,
yes,
then it sounds like somebody else did it.
I'm positive. Here's the thing. So if he is found in a bag, people are going to say, oh, that's how he died. Yeah.
There's a setup, and the partner doesn't release the person when he or she meant to do it.
That's a tragedy. All right.
Pick up a prostitute at a truck stop. They go in the cab, they have sex, they sleep, whatever it is, and then the body may be dumped miles away, kill the person, dumped miles away, and they're hard to find. And mostly in New York State, we've had them, truck drivers going to Canada, and the body gets dumped in New York, the driver goes to Canada through customs,
wow.
And it's very hard to trace the driver in a foreign country.
I always hear that they go after people.
Murders usually are people who are not missed.
Yeah.
Or otherwise, if somebody's missed, there's an all-out search. People are not missed. The relatives don't know to make a report to the police that there's a missing person.
Well, why? If this is the case, why is Bill still alive?
I gotta say though, I came out of nowhere. That was an awesome Jeep, by the way.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Would have liked to have seen the inside rather than the grill.
He has 7 lives, so he lost a couple, but he's still got a few more.
Yeah.
And Greg's a bear person.
All right.
Hi, this is your mother. Hope you're doing well and you're not out shopping for a Halloween costume. The adults on Halloween just kind of ruin the Halloween, I think. This is for children. Last year, this lady arrived. I call her lady, I'm not sure. Anyway, this woman arrived at the door dressed in the most gorgeous costume. She should have been in Las Vegas. And her 2 little children dressed like they came out of Barney's. They looked so good. And I thought, there are poor children around that might need a jacket tonight. How much did you spend for your outfit, lady? Well, anyway, that's my pet peeve. I think some adults take this very seriously. And actually, it is a children's time. But okay. Especially tonight. I'm so excited because of the game last night. Wasn't it wonderful? I can hardly believe we had a score of 10. I don't know. I thought I was waking up from a dream. But it is good. And it's such an interesting group. Everybody's so different. I just love looking at them. They're so funny. But, so it's going to be a good game, and I hope it doesn't rain on their parade. Oh, and you know who I saw on TV yesterday is P.J. O'Rourke. He was doing his thing about his new book. Why don't you try to get him on your show? He was good, too. I mean, he looks older, but he makes a better interview now than he did when he was young. And I hope San Francisco lives through this because they're so happy at all the watering holes. And it looks like old San Francisco to me.
Which is why they're going to win. It's the greatest year ever. The San Francisco Giants in the World Series. 2 games up.
How dare you insinuate that the Rangers aren't high as...
Time to go back to TV's Andy Levy for the post-game wrap-up.
Thanks, Greg. Hey, Rachel, where can people...
Manor, 27th between 10th and 11th.
Excellent. All night long?
All night. Until 2.
Okay. Excellent. Hey, MCAT, have you ever made out with a dude?
That does it for me. Thanks, Rachel. Wherever Rachel
Where is she?